Pause for a moment and picture this. Climbing to a dizzying height of 17,000 feet, using gear from way back in 1929. No modern GPS, no satellite phones, and not even the right clothes for freezing weather. That's exactly the challenge Jenny Visserhooft and her team faced as they set off into one of the planet's most untouched and mysterious regions.
The technological limitations they faced are mind-boggling. How did they even navigate through those unmapped territories?
Well, that's what makes this expedition so remarkable. They relied entirely on basic maps and local knowledge, plus they had this incredible surveyor, Khan Sahib Mian Afraz Gul Khan, who was literally filling in blank spaces on the map as they went along.
You know what fascinates me? The way they had to time their river crossings so precisely. They weren't just explorers. They had to become experts in reading the natural environment.
Exactly. And speaking of those river crossings, there's this incredible moment when their party gets split up at the glacier. One group ends up with all the bedding but no tents, while the other has the cook but no food. It really shows how even small logistical mistakes could become life-threatening.
The way they handled that situation is pretty impressive, using ropes to haul people and supplies up and down that cliff face near the Siachen Glacier.
And what's fascinating is how different their pace was from modern expeditions. They weren't just rushing through to reach some peak. They were documenting everything. They discovered that the Siachen Glacier had 2 snouts, which was quite rare, and they found 12 previously unknown glaciers in an area where nobody expected to find any.
That comprehensive approach to exploration seems so different from today's highly specialized expeditions.
Right. And let's talk about those incredible cultural encounters they had. Like that scene in Kimi village, where the entire population came out to greet them. Women with turquoise headdresses, llamas, dancers with enormous hats performing right there on the spot. It's like this perfect snapshot of a world that's completely vanished now.
The contrasts in the local reactions to foreigners are really telling too. The villages that rarely saw Europeans were incredibly welcoming, while those along the main caravan routes were more, well, let's say business-oriented.
You know what really gets me? The conditions they faced in that high plateau region. They were consistently above 17,000 feet, dealing with extreme cold, struggling to find water and fuel. They got excited about finding a piece of charred wood because it was the only sign of human presence they'd seen in days.
The way Jenny describes the colors in that region is almost otherworldly. Those blood-red rock walls, orange sands, and lakes changing from turquoise to green.
And then there's that amazing moment when they finally descend to the Karakash River Valley. After weeks in this barren, high-altitude desert, they're absolutely blown away by the sight of what they call trees, even though they're really just shrubs.
That transition must have felt like discovering an oasis in hell.
Exactly. And what's remarkable is that despite all these hardships, the dangerous river crossings, the altitude sickness, the constant uncertainty about water and supplies, there's this sense of wonder that comes through in Jenny's writing. She's still noticing the beauty around her, still describing the roses in the villages and the changing colors of the mountains.
So what do you think this expedition tells us about how exploration has changed over the last century?
Well, I think it shows both how far we've come and what we've lost. Today, we have incredible technology that makes exploration safer and more precise, but we've lost something of that comprehensive spirit of discovery. These early explorers weren't just climbing mountains or studying glaciers, They were trying to understand entire regions, their geology, their people, their ecosystems, all while just trying to survive in one of the most challenging environments on Earth.
And they did it all with equipment that we'd consider completely inadequate today.
You know, I think that's what makes their achievements so incredible. They weren't just exploring the unknown, they were doing it without any of the safety nets we take for granted today. No weather forecasts, no emergency evacuation options, no satellite communications, just basic equipment, incredible determination, and the help of those amazing local porters who made it all possible.